I am shocked by so many things right now, but there is just one thing that is blowing my mind. I have just learned something by looking into these anti-Tesla protests that is making me reevaluate just about everything in my life. So, over the weekend, there were over 500 anti-Elon / anti-Tesla protests around the world. These protests were promoted by actors, filmmakers, politicians, professors, activists, and just about every single unemployed college-educated white girl in the US. This past Saturday was called the Global Day of Action. Dun dun dun! Editor, please put like an actual dun 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 sound effect in there and replace me saying that so I don't look dumb. Thank you. Now, before we get into this mind-bending, universe-altering, reality-shattering truth, we all need to be aware of, well, I think it's important to be aware of, why people are so angry at Elon Musk, to the point where they are just going out there and trying to destroy this man's business. I need to silence my phone next time. Spoiler alert, it's not because they hate electric vehicles. According to CNN, DOGE has not slowed down its efforts to dismantle or overhaul federal agencies. The department attempted to shut down the United States Institute of Peace, and they have proposed cutting 20% of the IRS staff. Since Musk's controversial alignment with the Trump administration, Tesla has transformed from an innovative car brand to a symbol of injustice and a prime target for escalating acts of vandalism and violence. According to one man that CNN interviewed, he claimed, "I'm just afraid for what kind of country this is going to be after these cuts." Another person whose neighbors were recently fired in a round of Doge cuts said, "There's a very serious and strategic component in what we're doing. This is a way to say that we are not afraid." And a woman named Marissa Deline told CNN that this was her first Tesla protest, and although she believes in the mission of electronic vehicle makers like Tesla, she doesn't believe Musk's values align with her own. And what we've all learned from our lovely radical friends is that, say it with me, if your values don't align with another person's values, you must destroy their business. Alright, but on a serious note, I looked through a lot of liberal media trying to understand exactly why people were lashing out at Elon like this, and it seems to me that it's because they don't support any of the cuts Doge is making. But we're going to take that entire argument, the entire argument, and we're going to table that for another video when I actually care enough to look into every single little cut that Doge is making within our enormous federal government, because this video is about how I just learned that there are professional protest organizations that pay people to go to protests, and a huge percentage of the people at these protests are actually paid to be there. It is literally people's job to be a professional victim and show up at places and bitch. Apparently, George Soros has actually donated millions of dollars to organizations like Indivisible, who pay freaking goobers to goober around all day. And look, I have no problem with people wanting to protest, but if you're going out there and getting paid to protest, that is actually your job to be one of these people, get a freaking life and move past the maturity level of 7 years old before you decide to complain about things like cuts within our federal government. Look at this website. Join us on Saturday, April 5th. Donald Trump and Elon Musk think this country belongs to them. We're taking to the streets nationwide to fight back with a clear message. Hands off. It does not belong to Donald or Elon. It belongs to us, the professional protesters. Stop Trump from dismantling the Department of Education. Trump and his administration are moving quickly to eliminate federal oversight of education, funnel taxpayer dollars into private and religious institutions, and leave public schools to wither under a patchwork of underfunded state systems. Yes, Donald is moving to change the way we do education, and we must prevent this, because our education was so great that we are now professional protesters. Building society up one sign at a time. This may not be news to people that, are already really invested in conspiracy theories or all those things happening behind the scenes, but my ignorant ass was completely unaware that there were goofballs being paid to cry and hold signs. Oh my god. I just figured out what all those people are doing now with their $100,000 gender studies degrees. Whew. Hope you have a great day.